Year 3s and 4s, welcome to Library Week 2. Now, I have all your votes, and you have the majority of you have voted for the book called The Parent
Mrs.
Trap.
Kenos.
Oh, hello,
Mrs.
Mr.
Kenos.
Mays. Hello.
Hi, you didn't get my vote.
Oh, Mr. Mays.
Why didn't I get a vote?
Well, Mr. Mays, okay, maybe you'd like to vote now.
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you know what we're even doing?
No?
Oh, okay. Well, we are doing a theme called From Books to Movies.
Oh, I like books and I like movies.
What's your favourite movie?
My favourite movie is probably Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Is Harry Potter a book?
I think so, yeah,
I
it is.
think so.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And do you know that the books that become movies, start off as a book first?
Really?
They do. And can
Oh.
you tell me something? What is always better?
The book, of course, Mrs. Kenos.
Definitely. The movie cannot capture what the book can capture.
You can get so much more information out of a book.
You can. And you know what? They always cut the movie short. Because imagine if Harry Potter was as long as the book.
Oh, I'd fall asleep.
Yeah, I'd still be watching it.
No.
So, Mr. Mays,
Yes,
children
Mrs. Kenos.
had
I'm
a
going to
choice.
sit down here.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
They had a choice. They had to pick out of, I think I had The Secret Garden, I had Charlotte's Web, I had Percy Jackson. What else did I have? Oliver Twist.
Oh, I love Oliver Twist.
And I had The Parent Trap.
And they voted for The Parent Trap.
They did. What would
Ah.
you have voted for?
I would probably have voted for Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist?
But Parent Trap would have been my second, so I'll take that.
Have you read the book, The Parent Trap?
No, I haven't. I'm excited to hear you read, Mrs. Kenos.
Have you watched the movie?
I watched the movie when I was a kid, yes, probably when I was about their age.
Oh, me too. Actually, I watched it when I was older. But I must say, now this book is actually based on the movie. So it'll be as close to the movie as you can get.
Oh,
So I think it's a great
can't
book
wait to hear
and a
it, Mrs.
movie.
Kenos. I'm
So,
so excited.
I am going to start reading.
Can I listen to you read?
You sure can,
Ah,
Mr. Mays.
yay.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. Here we go. The Parent Trap. Mr. Mays.
Mrs. Kenos is excited she has a student in front
I
of her.
do. The year is 1986. It was a night of drifting clouds and a crescent moon. An elegant night on an elegant ship. The Queen Elizabeth too. I don't know whether I'd want to be on a ship right now, Mr. Mays.
No.
No.
No. It's a bit scary.
Yeah. In a carefully appointed dining room, it was a night for silk and candlelight, for white tablecloths and red wine, for fine crystal goblets and tuxedoed waiters. That means they're wearing their bow ties. And for gardenias and roses. And for one man and woman, it was a night for exchanging promises and wedding rings.
Aww.
It was a perfect night. But that was then. Oh boy. Something's
What's gonna
happening.
happen?
I don't know. But
don't
that was in
remember this part.
1986.
Oh, I wasn't even born yet.
Oh, weren't you, Mr. Mays?
No,
What year were you born?
1990.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not going to tell you when I was born. Chapter 1. So it started off in 1986 saying about this couple that obviously probably got married then on that ship. And then 11 years and 9 months later. So 1986 plus 11 years will bring us to
1986, I'll add on 10 years would be 1996 plus 1. 1997.
almost 1998 because it's and 9 months, but
Ah.
it is 1997. A caravan of 3 buses threaded along a tree-lined road in Maine. This is in the United States. Like stately clockwork, each turned up a narrow lane to pass through a wooden gate, freshly painted for the summer. This was the entrance to Camp Walden. Within was the green of the forest and the cool sparkle of a lake. A gathering of canoes waited patiently on the shore, and into the serene place drove the buses, honking, announcing their arrival. The first day of camp had begun. I know we didn't get to go to camp this year. Oh, maybe.
Oh, well, I'm still hoping.
We're still hoping. From the buses poured girls, all sorts of girls, all shapes and sizes and styles of girls. There were lots and lots of girls, a noisy, messy confusion of girls. Teenage counsellors were trying, without much luck, to control the pandemonium. As the bus drivers unloaded the cargo bays, tossing duffel bags and luggage into a disorganised pile, the general chaos mounted. It was time for the owner and director of the camp to take charge. Good afternoon, ladies, and welcome to Camp Walden, Marva Culp, the senior Marva yelled into a bullhorn. I'm Marva Culp, your camp director. Girls, let's find our duffels as quick as we can. We've got a big first day ahead of us. The noise dimmed a decibel or so, and Marva nodded toward her daughter, a younger version of herself. I'd like to turn the bullhorn over to my right-hand man, Marva Jr. Marva, bunk assignments, if you please. Marva Jr. took the bullhorn, pushed her glasses further up her nose, and began to bark out the assignments. Okay, here we go. Listen up. Burge, Kate. Iroquois, Burge, Lily. Chickasaw, Burnham, Daisy, Kickapoo.
Kickapoo.
Oh, Mr. Mays.
Sorry.
As the amplified voice of Marva Jr. droned on, 11-year-old Hayley Parker regarded the mountain of duffel bags. Somewhere within it was hers. Hayley wore plaid shorts, a green t-shirt and a jean jacket. Her ears were pierced and she had shoulder-length red hair, and she wore metallic blue polish on her fingernails. Hayley had a habit of biting her nails and also of talking to herself. She was talking to herself now. Okay, find my duffel, but the question is, how do I get it out? She took hold of the strap and said, okay, I can do it. She pulled. Okay, no, I can't. A skinny girl wearing glasses joined Hayley. I'm Zoe, she said. You must be new. How can you tell? Hayley gave the strap another tug. You didn't know to grab your bag before the apes tossed it into the heap, Zoe told her. I would say you need some serious help. Thanks, Hayley said. It's the big yellow one. Together they struggled to free the bag. As the drivers tossed more duffels atop the pile, a girl wearing beads and a tie-dyed shirt lifted a bag from the centre. Yo, tie-dye girl, Zoe shouted. The girl turned to face them. Could you give me a hand with my duffel? Hayley called. It's buried. The girl sauntered back and deliberately unloaded her duffel on Zoe's foot. With one strong yank, the girl pulled Hayley's bag free. I'm Nicole, the girl informed her, and you're welcome. She glanced down at the name tag on Hayley's duffel. You're from California? You are? Zoe chimed in. Do you live in Hollywood? Do you, live next door to a movie star? Asked Nicole. Hayley laughed. What are you two, Lucy and Ethel? I've never even been to Hollywood. I live in Napa, in Northern California, right next door to a vineyard. A what yard? Nicole asked. A vineyard, Hayley repeated. It's where you make...
Wine, Mrs. Kenos.
That's right, and only for adults. That's what we do, me and my dad. We own a vineyard. What bunk are you guys in? In unison, the two girls answered, Arapaho. They stared at each other, not exactly thrilled. Then Hayley heard her name, called over the bullhorn. Parker Hayley! Parker Hayley! Right here! Hayley put up her arm and waved.
Someone's in trouble.
Why?
I don't
Mr.
know,
Mays?
because she's been called out. You only ever get called out if you're in trouble.
Well, I think you're calling out right now, Mr. Mays.
Sorry, Mrs. Kenos.
Thank you. Arapaho, Marva Jr. announced. Bunk 11. Zoe offered her hand and Hayley slapped it. Then the three girls picked up their bags and headed toward the bunkhouse. On the way, Hayley had a question. Either of you by any chance know how to play poker? Not good, is it?
I hope not.
Oh, it's an adult card game. When the others shook their heads, Haley thought it was over. No? Gee, what a shame. So, tell me, how much cash did you guys bring with you this summer? Just then, a long black limousine pulled through the gates and past the girls. Haley took one look at the limo and said, "Wow, who's in there?" Have you ever been in a limo, Mr. Mays?
No, I can't say I have, Mrs. Kenos.
Who do you?
I want to know who's in the limo.
Me too. Shall we read on one more chapter?
Oh, yeah? Yeah? One
Yes?
more?
One more?
One more.
Okay, one more. Chapter 2. The driver of the limo hopped smartly out to open the rear door. A man in a proper suit stepped out. He spoke with a British accent, beautifully inflected. He was Martin, the butler. The butler leaned in to take the hand of a well-dressed girl. Annie James, 11 years old, emerged from the limo. She had on an elegant powder blue suit, a matching headband, held back her long hair. She carried a vanity case, the smallest piece within a set of expensive luggage, and a small navy purse. As unlikely as it seemed, Annie James bore a remarkable resemblance to Haley Parker. What does that mean, Mr. Mays?
Does it mean that they look like each other?
Yes,
Semblance?
but how could that possibly be?
I have an idea, Mrs. Kenos, but I'm not going to say it out loud.
It might ruin.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want it to ruin our
No.
story. Well, here we are. Camp Walden for girls. The butler looked about with disdain. For this, we travelled all the way from London. It's rather picturesque, Martin, don't you think? Annie said with an English accent. I don't know if that's precisely the term I would use. Martin was still disapproving. Let's review your mother's list, shall we? He flourished a typewritten sheet of paper. Vitamins? Check, Annie said. Minerals? Check. List of daily fruits and vegetables? Check, check, Annie responded. Check fruits, check vegetables, go on. Herbal teas, sunblock, lip balm, insect repellent, umbrella, stationery, stamps, flashlight and batteries. Photos of your mother, your grandfather, and of course your trusty butler, me. Annie smiled at him. Got it all, I think. Yes, Mr. Mays.
I just wanted to say, Mrs. Kenos, if we do end up going to camp, please don't bring all those things with you.
Really? You don't need all these things at
No,
camp?
you don't. They'll provide you with fruits and vegetables.
Oh, what about photos?
No.
No.
No,
What
it's
about
only too
my
late.
vitamins, my daily vitamins?
Well, if you need vitamins, I guess so.
Okay. Martin drew something from the pocket of his jacket. Here's a little present from your grandfather, a spanking new deck of cards. Maybe you'll actually find someone on this continent who can whip your tush at poker. Tush is another
Tush.
word for bottom. It's funny, isn't it, Mr.
It
Mays?
is. I know there's a few people laughing at home at that one,
I think so.
especially from my class.
Yes, I can already know who those people are. I doubt it, Annie grinned, but thanks. And thanks for bringing me, Martin. Martin looked away suddenly, blinking back his emotion. He grabbed Annie and hugged her tightly, then tried to regain his dignity. Remember, if you change your mind and want me to collect you, I'm only a phone call away. I'll be fine, she assured him. See you in 8 weeks, Marty, old pal. Missing you already, Martin told her. Queen of my heart. Annie put out her hand and Martin shook it. They performed an extravagant secret handshake, complete with fancy claps and even a funny butt bump. A butt bump?
That's not social distancing.
Oh
Mrs.
no,
Kenos.
it's not. But back then there was no social distancing. When it was over, Martin resumed his place in the limousine and waved goodbye to Annie. As the vehicle pulled away, Annie waved back, excited to begin her first day at camp. That night, every girl in the camp, each wearing a Camp Walden uniform, was gathered in the mess hall. 2 lines of girls waited their turns at the buffet table. That's Mr. Mays' favourite.
Sure is.
Haley was in one line and Annie was in the other. Annie grinned at her bunkmates and new friends Jackie and Crosby. Good eggs, both. In the opposite line, Haley was smiling at something Nicole had said to Zoe. They were all getting along just fine. As Annie made it to the front of the line, she stood right next to Hayley for a split second. But Marva Senior stepped between them with a plate heaped high with food. "Excuse me, girls," she apologised. "I've just got to have a scoop of these gorgeous strawberries." She turned to Hayley. "Care for some?" "Oh, no thanks," Hayley said. "I'm allergic." Marva Senior looked at Annie. "How about you, dear? Strawberries?" "Sorry," Annie shrugged. "I wish I could, but I'm allergic." Yes, allergic. You just told me that." Confused, Marva Senior looked over to where Hayley had been, but she was gone. "How'd you get over there?" Marva asked Annie. "Oh, well, it's just the first day of camp. You'll have to forgive me, the old girl." Marva was clearly confused. "At least I'm not putting salt in the sugar shakers yet. Sugar in the salt." Her voice trailed off as she realised that Annie too was gone. Now, where'd she go? That's it.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Kennos.
Thank you, Mr. Mays, for listening. That was chapter 1 and 2, and we'll be back next week with chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed it. You can write me a little note on Google Classroom and tell me what you think of the book so far, because I know that I'm really, really interested in it.
I can't wait to find out what happens next, Mrs. Kennos. Can I join you next week?
I would love that, Mr. Mays.
Excellent. Can't wait to see you then, grade 3s and 4s.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.